Hi guys! Welcome to my channel. Joke lang. Welcome to our channel. So, dito naman tayo para sa isang kwentuhan. Pero bago yun, meron kaming guest na manggugulo sa ating kwentuhan. Yan ang aming baby! Ay, so, Castiel will share something about moving on. Ito na yung, di ba, pinag-uusapan natin yung
moving on pa din.
Moving on. Hindi na tayo naka-move on. Natapos yung moving on na yan. So, ito na yung pinaka-last step ng proseso ng pag-move on.
Last 2 steps.
Last 2 steps, pinagsama na namin para makamove on na tayo sa susunod ng mga videos.
Start tayo sa grief. Tapos reminisce at delete. So, ngayon, yung last 2 steps ang ating pagkukwentuhan, which is
change and acceptance.
nabalik.
Acceptance and change.
Yung
Yan. So, tara!
tuwan tayo!
Castiel, ano nga ibig sabihin ng acceptance? Ganda ng sagot! At ikaw, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng acceptance? When you talk about acceptance, what does it mean? Sabi ng dictionary ng misis ko, so it's an action.
Wala akong dictionary.
It's an action of consenting to receive or undertake. Okay, something offered. Filipino term.
Pagtanggap.
Okay.
So, pag-uusapan natin are the realities you must accept when mending your heart after a breakup.
So, meaning parang yung mending, coping. Paano ba nagko-cope yung puso natin mula doon sa breakup?
Okay. So, number 1, it shouldn't be that hard. Loving someone and being in love with someone are actually 2 different emotions. The sooner you can distinguish them, the better off you will be. So, magkaiba pala yung loving someone at saka being in love.
So, ano pagkakaiba nun?
Sinasabi nila that love is always a choice. It's not a feeling. So, choice mo yung pag minamahal mo yung isang tao. So, yun yung loving someone. So, when you're loving someone, you're actually choosing to love that person in spite of. With opposite nun yung being in love. Kasi being in love, sometimes may deadline, may hangganan. Diba? So, for example, first few months nyo, sobrang in love nyo. Diba? Parang dito, ang deadline nito, 4 years old.
3 years old?
Tumaas na, level.
Diba?
So, when you're in love, parang everything is perfect, seamless, ganyan. Ang tibay pa ng helmet nyo. Yun. So, because you're in love. But then, as your relationship goes or moves on, parang every day is a struggle of choosing to love that person. So, it's a different thing. Kasi when you say you're in love, it's basically your emotions. But when you say you're loving someone, it is more of choosing to love that person.
That's right.
So, ang sinasabi dito na it shouldn't be that hard kasi in a relationship, when you break up, you are basically out of the in-love phase. Wala ka na dun sa in-love kasi nga, you have gone through different stages na. So, it's more of you loving that person, continuously loving that person. So, choice mo na yun. So, after a breakup, it is a choice that you have to take na if you would still want to continue to love that person or not. Kasi nag-break na kayo. So, mas hindi siya ganun kahirap kasi may choice ka na. Okay, so number 2 is
You can't fix it. It's over. So, according to this article, it's most likely been over. So, love keeps people hanging onto something bad. Onto, even though they know it's negative. So, the relationship is over and no amount of talking about the situation will resurrect the happy times. You should reflect on what you think went wrong.
Ask your friends how they really felt about the relationship. When you are truly ready, they will be honest, and often the reflections will shed light on some inconsistencies you did see. Because love is blind.
O, hindi naman.
Ha?
Ano kasi yan? Ang tawag doon?
Hindi naman. Totoo naman love is somewhat blind. Because you have to keep choosing to love that person kahit nakikita mo na yung flaws nung relationship.
At saka ano kasi yan? Sa tawag doon? Haven't yet. Ano ba? Parang hindi gumagana brain cells ko.
Kasi bulu.
Hindi, ano lang yan. Parang there's no such thing as perfect relationship. It's a, the best relationship that you will have. And, syempre, di mo maiiwasan yung reality ng ikaw na kaya dito. Joke. Hindi, yun nga. Di maiiwasan may mag-aaway kayo. Kasi nga, may mga bagay na natutuklasan kayo doon sa taong yun. No? Akala mo noon, yung tao, akala mo noon, ito siya. Tapos, eventually, nung tumatagal na kayo, may nadidiscover kang bago. At yung bago na yun, sometimes, hindi siya kaya-aya, hindi siya katanggap-tanggap sa, sa standards mo. Parang ganun. So, bakit namin sinasabi to, you can fix it, it's over. Kasi may mga bagay na, na pinag-aawayan, pinagtatalunan, or may mga roots ba ng pinag-aawayan, na sometimes, hindi talaga siya, ang tawag doon?
Mendable.
Or kumbaga sa hindi mo masosolve kasi nasa tao na yun mismo. Halimbawa, kung yung reason ba't kayo naghiwalay, it's because this person, meron siyang third party, niloko ka niya kasi meron siyang ibang gusto. Yung idea ng pagiging unfaithful, hindi, minsan, di ba, parang mahirap ayusin yung trust ba? Trust pala yung trust. Tiwala. Pag nasira mo yung tiwala mo yun, it is hard for you to bring it back. Kung may balik mo man yun, hindi siya 100%.
Hindi na siya galit.
Parang pag, di ba, example, pag pinarambol mo yung papel, pag kahit itry mo siyang ibalik sa ayos, hindi na siya babalik. May lamat na ba ito? Di ba na?
You just have to accept na wala na, tapos na.
Okay, next. It's not you. It's me.
So, mali pala yun.
Wrong.
Because it's actually both of you. Okay? It is never one person's fault that the relationship struggles or ends. That's how a symbiotic relationship works. You did play a role in what happened. What would you do differently in a new relationship? So, basically, ang sinasabi dito is, it's always the both parties who are at fault.
So, for example, balikan ko lang yung example ko kanina ng si lalaki ay nagloko or si babae ay nagloko. Hindi mo pwedeng sisihin na lang si lalaki, yung taong nagloko, bakit siya nagloko. Maaari din kasing merong ikaw, personally, meron ka ding yung mga pagkukulang ba ikaw. Kaya nga sa relationship, mahalaga yung yung nag-uusap kayo. Mali na sisihin mo lang ang sarili mo, mali na sisihin mo din siya. Dapat
always
it's you, both of you. So sa idea of acceptance, it's important to accept or parang tingnan sa hindi lang siya ang may mali, ikaw din. Next.
It's time to rebuild yourself.
It's time to rebuild yourself. Shrug. So if your relationship made you feel bad about you, it's time to rebuild your confidence. A romantic relationship should never make you feel a number of ways, namely make you feel ugly, not good enough, embarrassed, guilty about your successes. A loving relationship should not leave you feeling stagnant in your life either. Accepting that reality, that experience must help you parang go over or build yourself. Buuin mo sarili mo. You start building yourself. Handa ka. Papahardwork ka. Kaya nga, ewan ko, yung mga babae, pagka nakikipag-break, di ba, nagpapagupit. May psychological explanation. Tama ba? Oh. So, parang ganun. Papaganda sila, nag-aayos. Parang...
Sa lalaki yung ginagawa?
Hindi ko din alam. Wala. Parang ano lang, we live normal life.
Oh? Okay, next. There's a difference between what you want and what you need. So, you have to accept ano ba yung gusto mo at ano ba yung kailangan mo. Madami yung nagsasabi na when you break up with someone, anong laging linyahan, kailangan kita. Hindi ako mabubuhay nang wala ka.
Namuta ko na yung title ng movie na yun. Tinanong niya yung lalaki.
Kay John Lloyd at Bea ba yan?
Mahal kita.
Mahal mo ba ako dahil
Kasi kailangan mo ako. O
kailangan mo ako kaya mahal mo.
Bili mo doon. So yun. So alin kayo doon?
Ano ba yung kailangan mo sa gusto mo? Kasi sometimes, staying in the relationship, gusto mo lang yun. Maybe because of the parang ang ganda yung tingnan na sa couple, kaya good catch yung ex mo. Tapos nanghihinayang ka of how many years that you've spent together, ganyan. Pero wala naman ng substance, wala ng quality yung relationship niyo. So, basically, you don't need to stay in that relationship.
Pili mo yung mga taong minamahal ka kaysa doon sa taong mahal mo. It's
Okay.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi, kapag mahal mo lang yung tao at hindi naman nare-reciprocate yung love na binibigay mo, wala lang din.
Magpagod ka na.
Wherein, kung mahal mo yung tao, mahal
ka nung...
Mahal ko nung tao. Ano yun? Yung mahal niya, nagbibigay na pagmamahal sa'yo. Eventually, yung love na yun, kasi yun din, nakikita mo yung self-worth mo eh. Kaya nga, natututunan naman talagang pagmamahal. You learn to love the person.
Okay. So, next is, the man is completely necessary.
What do you mean by men?
Men.
Bending yun eh. Game.
So, being single requires a certain amount of vulnerability. You have to stand alone and be okay with it before you are truly ready to move on. Take time to distance yourself from the heartbreak and feelings. The further you get, the clearer it will be okay. Once you accept it for what it is, a piece of your life's past, you can close that book and move on. So,
Di ko kasi na-experience pagiging single. Ano ba experience pagiging single? Ano ba ang pakiramdam ng pagiging single?
wala, ikaw naman siya.
Ba't siya vulnerable?
Parang ganito yan eh. Diba? Nung meron ka pang relationship, kunwari, nagko-commit kayo, ganyan, hindi mo napapansin yung mga tao sa paligid mo. Diba? Pero once you're single, parang sasabihin mo na ano ba yan? Lagi na lang ako nakakita ng mag-all. Lagi na lang ako nakakita ng couple. Kunwari, kumakain ka sa isang fast food, tapos Parang yung natapat pa sa'yo is, magjowa. Diba? So, parang maiinis ka na bakit halos lahat ng nakikita ko ganyan, nagde-date. Tapos ako wala akong ka-date. But in fact, hindi naman talaga ganyan. You're just saying those things or you're just recognizing those things because you're single.
Next, appreciate your ex for the lessons he or she taught you and make peace with the fact that he or she is no longer in your life. So, and every time you feel a little sad, send light and love his or her way. At one point, that person was the center of your life. It's completely acceptable and understandable to feel sad sometimes. Yep, exactly. Kasi, syempre, naging bahagi naman siya ng buhay mo, no? So, tulad ng sinasabi ko nga, bakit ka ngayon ganyan? It's because of your ex. Kung dati, takot kang lumabas ng lugar, you are thinking out of the box because of your ex. Hindi lang naman pangit yung naibigay sa'yo ng taong yun. Pero mga experiences that could teach you to become a better person. Yun naman masama na maging malungkot pag naalala mo sila. Pero, masama na siya kapag sobra-sobra na. Wala ka na bang inisip kundi yung taong yun. Tawag doon, hibang. Ano mo yung hibang? Yak na.
Who's there?
Hibang.
Hibang.
Hibang! Kwenta.
Hindi lang naman ito yung mga bagay na kailangan mong i-accept. Madami pa. And, yun nga, sometimes it's really accepting that it's over. Yun yung pinakamahirap. Because most of us tend to hope. Diba? What if kami pa rin pala din talaga sa dulo? Mga what ifs na yan.
One thing that you need to consider in moving on is acceptance. Pagtanggap. Pagtanggap sa katotohanan na hindi na kayo. No? That leads us to our last step. And that is change. Change is coming.
So, after accepting the fact, ang gulo namin dito. Aray ko.
Sa research namin, change means make or become different. So, yun yung pinaka-short but I think that's...
Definition ng change. So, di ba may saying na there's only one constant in this world and that is change. Kasi wala naman talagang consistent na tao. So, kahit ilang taon na kayong magkasama, and a lot of people change because of this pandemic. Diba? A lot of people change their beliefs, their principles in life. So, same thing with the breakup. So, we too need to change ourselves. Not just physically, but on how we deal with things. So, maraming mga changes ang dapat nating pagdaanan. So, ano ba yung mga dapat nating baguhin?
Siguro.
Nahihirapan siya kasi naman siya talaga nag-go through.
Hindi.
Kasi when we go through step 1, grief, di ba? Especially for the girls, yan yung mga namumugto yung mga mata, di ba, puyat, walang tigil kakaiyak. So, ang pangit nyo na. So, sobrang stress. Sometimes, yung iba, nag-venture into eating a lot. So, tataba. Or sometimes, it's the opposite. Hindi kakain. So, papayat. So, again, too much of everything is bad. So, we have to change our physical through our lifestyle.
Number 2, okay, in changing, so, basically, in terms of emotional stability. So, that's what my wife said. No? From grieving, dapat may tala sa'yo yung kasiyahan. I'm ready.
You're happy.
Kung dati pessimistic ka, ngayon, kailangan mo maging optimistic. Kailangan mo tignan yung buhay positive.
That there's more to life. It's not just him. there are other fishes in the sea. Diba? Bakit? Single na. Hindi pwede nang mamingwit.
Fishes in the sea.
Hindi niya nag-gets.
Ay, nagets ko.
When we say change, it's just putting everything in balance again. Diba? Kasi before, you're very much focused on the person. Doon inikot yung buhay mo.
Nakalimutan mo na yung iba.
Yung sarili. Sometimes yung sarili mo, nakakalimutan mo na. So, when you broke up with that person, or yun nga, nag-break kayo, makikita mo parang ikaw na lang mag-isa. But then again, you just have to see it in a way na you need to balance again your life. You give time for yourself naman. You give time for your friends, yung mga friends na nakalimutan mo na dahil nagka-jowa ka. You give time to your family. Another thing that you need to change is, meron akong nakita, is, saan ka pumupunta? Ayan. So, meron siyang sinabi is, marikondo your social media.
Ano sabihin naman ito?
Pinanood ko yun, di ba? Yung sa Netflix, si
Si Marie Kondo.
So, kung hindi nyo kilala si Marie Kondo, eto siya. Okay. So, ang ano kasi niya is,
Makes me happy.
does this spark joy? Ganyan. So, ano siya kasi, parang magaling siya mag-organize. So, to declutter. So, ang imamarikondo mo ngayon is your social media. So, yung Instagram account mo, Facebook, puno-puno ng mga pictures, couple goals, ganyan. It's time to marikondo them. So, titingnan mo isa-isa yan. So, parang you have to go through yung reminisce, tas yung delete. Galing. And that is basically changing your social media.
So, there are 4 steps in doing paradigm shift. Walang mag-isa dito. So, una, step 1, decide what you want after this relationship. So, meron ka ng experience. Ano ngayon yung gusto mong mangyari dun sa relationship na yon. So, sa context of love, no? Ano bang gusto mo? Okay? Next, gather supporting evidences for your new belief, new perspective. Okay? For example, sa love, di ba? So, count the people who love you and notice loving actions. So, yun. And lastly, take an action that requires faith in your new belief. So, ask someone when they love you. Okay? So, ganun lang. To sum up our sharing this morning, we talk about acceptance and change. And these two distinct concepts cannot be separated. Hindi mo siya pwede pag-iwalay. As soon as you accept, okay, then you are ready for a change.
And last point is yung steps na ito that we have discussed, it requires action. So, hindi lang siya, okay, napakinggan mo, nagbasa ka ng mga aside from lahat ng vlogs na pinanood mo on how to move on, ganyan. So, kahit sino pa yung magpayo sa'yo,
Ano yan?
kahit hindi pa magpayo. So, regardless of how many people would share their experience on how they were able to cope up with the breakup, it always ends to the idea of, will you take it and put it into action?
Kaya nga. So, mensahe lang namin sa mga taong nag-move on. Siguraduhin niyo yung pag-move on nyo. Seryoso kayo. Kasi kung hindi kayo seryoso, dyan sa pag-moving on na yan, at nakapako pa rin kayo doon sa experience. No? Kasi marami silang sasabi na, mag-move on na ako. Pero, titignan mo yung social media niya, Facebook niya, doon pa rin yung pictures ng sila pa. Kailangan, you have to undergo the process para masabi mo na it's effective. Okay? So,
Ayun na, bye-bye na. Bye!
again, so,
Please
subscribe.
like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel! Subscribe! Ayun siya sa moon.
Susunod na kwentuhan ulit.
Bye!
Hello. 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 Hello.
So, hindi mo siyang gawin sa editing, no? Ito na.
So, after ko.